Hi, this is Gaurav. Today we have Vishesh with me, who will be helping us out with all the medical insurance related queries.
Hi, I'm Vishesh. I'm your medical insurance Visheshagya.
So Vishesh, medical insurance or non-medical insurance, which is better?
A medical insurance costs you 10,000 a year for annual subscription, which will cover up to 10 lakhs of hospitalization expenses for you and your family. So it is always advisable for you to have a medical insurance.
So Vishesh, coming to medical insurance part, how much claim can I expect from a medical insurance policy?
So whenever you purchase a medical insurance policy, you are provided a sum insured. Sum insured basically means for whatever maximum amount your insurance policy will cover your hospitalization expense. So if you have purchased an insurance policy and the sum insured mentioned is 5 lakhs, any hospitalization expense up to 5 lakh rupees will be covered by your insurance plan and the rest has to be paid by you in cash.
So how does one file for medical insurance?
Whenever a hospitalization event has occurred, the patient has to file a reimbursement claim for the hospitalization treatment he or she has availed. The documents required are complete hospital papers, which includes medical bills, pharmacy bills, cash receipts, IPD papers, and all the OT notes generated by the doctors, along with any lab reports if available. All these documents have to be compiled together in original and have to be couriered or uploaded online on the insurance company's portal. Only then the insurance claim is filed. Some insurance companies also ask for KYC details of the policy applicant, which include Aadhaar, cancelled check, and PAN card details if a medical bill is beyond a particular limit. Whenever you require to file an insurance claim, you can reach out to Hexa Health and avail these services absolutely free of cost from us.
So how soon can I get covered under my medical treatment plan?
Every insurance policy has a list of terms and conditions mentioned, wherein you can check whether this particular treatment can be covered under your insurance plan and how soon. Typically, corporate insurances do not cover any treatment in the hospital within 1 month of purchase of policy, and similarly, private insurance companies for individual policies do not cover hospitalization expenses for either 1 or 2 years for pre-notified diseases.
So Vishesh, are there any specified diseases or conditions under which medical insurances is not covered?
Insurance companies have a detailed list of terms and conditions where they mention whatever conditions they will cover or not cover. If they will cover, they are also mentioning the amount applicable to be reimbursed by the insurance for that particular hospitalization episode. So you need to check in advance whether that particular condition is covered or not and up to what extent. You can avail Hexa Health assistance to check and get informed about their hospitalization treatment expenses.
So one of the patients have asked that he doesn't have a medical insurance. So how should he go about it?
Ideally, medical insurance should have been the best option, but if you do not have a medical insurance and require some hospitalization support, then either you have to pay out of cash or you can avail medical loans. Medical loans can come for zero cost EMI if availed via Hexa Health.
So what is a zero cost EMI?
Zero cost EMI basically means that whatever loan you are availing, you have to pay that much amount only. There will be no interest applicable to whatever loan you have availed in whatever installments you want to repay it for. So for example, if I avail 10,000 rupees and want to repay it in 10 months, I will only need to pay 1,000 a month. There will be no interest applicable, which means a zero cost EMI.
So are there any hidden costs in zero cost EMI?
No, there are no hidden charges, no processing fee, no pre-closure charges. So even if you want to prepay and close it, there will be no additional charges incurred on it. Absolutely free without any additional charges. Whatever you take a loan for, only that much amount is to be repaid back until you are paying it within the stipulated time.
So Vishesh, one of the most asked question is, what is cashless hospitalization?
So insurance companies have empaneled themselves directly with various hospitals. So in the market, there are two set of hospitals. One, empaneled by the insurance company, and two, might not be empaneled by the insurance company which you have purchased. In such a case, you have option to either go to empaneled facility hospital If you go to an impaneled facility hospital, you just need to show your insurance policy or the insurance card provided by the insurance company, and complete hospitalization will be for free of cost. Whatever amount will be applicable will be paid by the insurance company directly to that impaneled hospital. This kind of a facility provided by the insurance company is called cashless hospitalization for their customers.
So Vishesh, who is responsible for the co-payment cost?
So whenever you purchase an insurance policy, there are co-payment charges applicable. It can be 0, it can be 5, it can be 10% of the overall hospital bill depending on the insurance plan you have purchased. Whenever there are co-payment charges mentioned as 0, then the complete hospitalization bill will be covered by your insurance plan. If there are any charges applicable in your insurance policy, so for example 5%, then 5% of the hospitalization bill has to be paid by the patient, and the rest 95% will be covered by the insurance company.
So what if my insurance company reimburses me later? So will I have to pay it in advance?
Traditionally, under insurance claims, you have to pay at the time of discharge at the hospital and later recover it from the insurance company. Typically, insurance company takes 30 to 45 days of time to settle your reimbursement claim. With Hexahealth into the picture, we can pay for your hospitalization claim at the time of discharge and later help you settle it out with your insurance company, who will take 30 to 45 days of time to settle it. This is how we support patients in their hospitalization treatment, with them not ending up paying anything at the hospital and later recovering it from them.
So Vishesh, how do you do it?
Hexahealth calls this process reimbursement insurance financing. We have tie-ups with NBFC banks who fund the treatment for the patient at the time of discharge. They cover the hospitalization bill to the hospital, and Hexahealth facilitates the claim processing to the insurance company. Insurance company will take 30 to 45 days of time to settle the insurance claim for the patient, credit the amount to the patient's bank account. We will later recover the amount on behalf of NBFC from the patient's bank account. This overall process is facilitated by Hexahealth without any additional cost to the patient.
So what is reimbursement insurance financing?
Reimbursement insurance financing is the overall process handled by Hexahealth. We have termed this as reimbursement insurance financing because NBFC Bank, our partners, are funding the treatment on behalf of the patient's treatment at the hospital, which will be later settled via Hexahealth to them. In this process, the patient has to complete a digital process via OTPs at the time of discharge, and the patient is able to walk out of the hospital without paying anything at the time of discharge. This process is later handled by Hexahealth by filing the reimbursement insurance claim to the insurance company, which will typically take 30 to 45 days of time to settle the claim. The amount will be credited to patient's bank account, which will later be recovered by our NBFC partner and settle the overall claim. This overall process takes 30 to 45 days and doesn't carry any additional cost to the patient. It is provided for free by Hexahealth.
So will you be able to assist me with my treatment in my empaneled hospital?
Treatment in an empaneled hospital basically means cashless hospitalization. In any cashless hospitalization episode as well, a patient needs to know whether the complete treatment will be covered in their plan or not. That particular hospital provides that services and is empaneled for that treatment or not. You need to contact Hexahealth in order to get explained about whether the treatment is covered in your insurance plan or not, and whether that hospital will provide that service or not. Hexahealth is a patient-first organization and will help the patient understand what percentage of the overall treatment cost can be covered within their plan and at which hospital they will get the best suitable experience.
So could you kindly elaborate reimbursement insurance financing with an example?
Okay, let us assume there is a patient A who is planning to get a surgical treatment in a hospital. Now whether that hospital is empaneled with the insurance company or not, patient will find it hard to understand it. He can reach out to Hexahealth and understand whether that particular treatment is covered under the insurance plan or not. Secondly, the hospital they are planning to get treatment done at is empaneled with that insurance company or not. In a situation where the insurance is not empaneled with that hospital, the patient will have to do a reimbursement insurance claim. Now this patient can be helped with HexaHealth. We will take the insurance document. We will take the PAN and Aadhaar KYC related documents for the patient, get them checked by the NBFC partners. Once we get a go ahead with the NBFC partner, we will get a digital documentation done for the patient via OTP. Once the patient completes this OTP based process, the patient can leave the hospital at the time of discharge without paying anything out of pocket. We will then take the complete documentation and file the reimbursement insurance claim to the insurance company. The insurance company will take typically 30 to 45 days to settle that insurance claim, which will be completely supervised by HexaHealth. At the day of settlement, the insurance company will disburse the amount to the patient's bank account. Once the patient receives that amount, he or she will inform us, and we will then recover the amount back from the patient through the NBFC partner. This is how the complete process is managed and supervised by HexaHealth without any additional cost to the patient.
Vishesh, I already have a medical insurance, so why should I avail HexaHealth services?
HexaHealth services are beneficial for you to identify the right hospital, the right doctor, understand which insurance policy will help you cover your hospitalization expense till what limit. So insurance policy will never help you explain that this hospital will cover up to this much amount. HexaHealth will. So availing HexaHealth services is always beneficial so that you are able to make a guided decision and are able to cover the maximum benefits out of your insurance policy.
So Vishesh, are there any charges for the services that you have mentioned?
No, there are no additional charges for the patients. Whatever services HexaHealth provides is absolutely free for the patient.
So what difference does Hexa make in my surgical finance journey?
There are multiple benefits working with HexaHealth for the patients. 1. Zero cost EMIs. We do not charge anything, any admin charges, any interest to the patients for their medical loans. 2. Insurance claims. Under insurance claims for cashless, we help facilitate expedited discharge for the patients via our partnerships with the hospital and insurance. And in case of reimbursement claims, we fund the treatment for the patient at the time of discharge. Any hospitalization episode can vary between 80,000 to up to 5 lakh rupees. All this amount carries an impact to the individual patient. We fund the treatment without the patient ending up paying anything out of pocket at the hospital. We will fund the treatment and get the patient discharged. Once the insurance is settling the amount to the patient, only then we recover it back so that the patient doesn't end up paying anything out of their own pockets.
So thank you, Mr. Vishesh. It was very helpful for us as well as our all patients.
Thank you. My pleasure.